Hey, faithful people, it's your girl, Christelle by Betsy, and welcome back to another episode
Bruh.
Nene and Felicia.
God.
So stupid. She's like,
Who, Nyla? Hey, faithful people, it's your girl, Christelle by Betsy, and welcome back to another episode of Girl Talk. As you can see here, I have my girls with me, and these are my high school girls. They're going to tell you their age. No, not their age. No.
Okay.
They're going to tell you their grade and their Instagram. And your name, too. But go ahead.
I'm a college freshman. My name is Destiny, and my Instagram is Lubia Destiny.
My name is Belisha. I'm a senior in high school, and my username is Belbear. Belbear.
Okay. Hi, my name is Nyla. I'm a sophomore in high school, and my Instagram name is @dopest.9 with a 0. The O is 0.
Okay. Now we got that settled. The first question that I have for you is, what are some of the challenges that you faced in high school? Like being a Christian girl in high school, what are some of the challenges that you faced?
Anybody go first? Being a Christian in high school.
And you're going to have to talk up, though.
What was the question? Being a Christian? Okay. Some challenges that I faced is not merging to non-Christians or not conforming to the non-Christian way, especially when you're a Christian and you have your own way and own things of following. So it's hard, like, not conforming to like other things that non-Christians do, especially in school.
Okay. I think the hardest part for me is like being confident in yourself, because like everybody else is doing something one way and you trying to do it a different way, and they're coming down at you like, why are you doing this? Why are you so weird? I'm like, I'm not like you, and I'm trying to stick to it and be confident, and not trying to feel bad about myself.
Yeah, that's true. Like, one of the hardest things is that, like I'm around a lot of people. Like, some people, like, not a lot of them are, like, Christians. So it's like, when they be like, okay, Nyla, you want to do this, do that, and I just be like, no, and they just be like, why? And I just be like, it's just like, it's
not me.
Yeah, it's not me. So that's one of the hardest, and like, they really don't get it because it's not like a part of their like religion and stuff. So I just be like,
Yeah, but I think it's far more than religion. It's more identity. Sometimes they don't even know who they are, so they just...
Especially like you're young, so like you're like getting out of your ways that were like not of Christ. So like it's harder, like, because it's like right there. It's like, okay, I want to just do this, but it's like I'm trying to get away from that, and it's hard, like, especially when people are doing that that's around you, and you want to do that, but you're like, no, that's not of Christ. So you try to turn away from that.
I feel like on top of that, like there's so much like in the culture aspect of it that teenagers are supposed to do this, they're supposed to do that. Like if you look at the TV shows that most of the kids our age are watching, it's like selling this dream that this is how you're supposed to be, like you're supposed to go to the parties, do this and that.
I know, in high school, it'd be like the shows, it'd be high schoolers like in a club. Like, how did they get in there? That's so crazy. Yeah. But like, but you see most of those things, like you said, in shows and movies and stuff, and social media sometimes. So how do you get on social media, but not let social media make you feel like comparing yourself to those people that are on there?
That's hard.
For me, like, I have to like block myself. Like, it's so hard. Like, when I like see people doing stuff, and I'm like, yo, I'm cool with these people like in real life, but like I'm like, there's certain stuff that I know I can't watch because I'm like, I'm gonna like, it's gonna tempt me. So like I'm like, okay, so if I see this on social media, I'm like, I love you, but like I gotta unfollow you on social media because like that's not helping me. Like, and it hurt because you like cool with the person. They probably be like, yo, why you don't follow me? Like, what you doing? But you like, it's not like you're not helping me. So like I have to let you go. You feel me?
Yeah, that's how.
But yeah,
That's right. Go ahead.
I feel like I'm not really on social media. Like I barely post, and when I'm on for like 3 seconds. I have my screen thing on, it's like times each day.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And I'm not friends with just anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Not like in a bougie aspect. It's just like it's really hard for me to make friends.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that I have around me, they're like me. They're not like, people that are doing this and that. Like I can't really mesh with people. It's really hard for me too. So me like having a small group of friends actually it helps with the whole, people, peer pressure, that aspect and stuff like that.
But even with your small group of friends, do you feel like sometimes there's a comparison? Like, do you feel like it's not even a comparison of like going out and partying if you're not around those people, but just like a comparison on being more holy or who's the most Christian and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. Like they're not crazy or nothing, but I feel like now in this time. Okay, so my friends, they're not crazy. They're not doing like crazy stuff. But I feel like us being away from each other, it really made me realize that they're really different. They're a part of like world doctrine, world ideals. Like it's hard to explain, but this type of stuff that they're posting, and it's just making me realize like, who are you really? Who's I hanging out with?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like as if like, cause I actually have like a small group of friends because I have like friends, but at the same time I have like close friends, close friends, and like they understand that like like my Christian, like I'm Christian and I can't do like certain stuff, like I try to like block away from stuff, but at the same time like right now like we have like we talk and stuff, but I'm actually like starting to see that like I don't know, but I'm starting to see like this is not like really type of like friends that I need around because they really believe in the like high school stuff, like going out to parties and stuff and that. Like now like they be texting in the group chat and be like this like that. I'll be like this is not it. Like they know like my like I said,
your walk with Christ.
My walk with Christ and stuff, but they always they like accept that, they know that, but at the same time I'm in the group chat with them and they talking about this and they partying and stuff, but I try like to block my like block it, not like make it like reflect on me, but at the same time it's sort of tempting, but I just try and I pray to God like send me a sign if like these people like are not really like good for me like through my walk in Christ, because even though like some of my friends they are they go to church and stuff, but it's not like for real they just go to church just to go to church, they grandma and mother like forcing them to go to church. That's how they are, but at the same time I just don't know. But right now like I'm just like realizing like I'm praying at the same time, because like this type of friend group is not like helping me at all, because even though I'm like walking through Christ, I'm praying, I'm trying to read my Bible, but every time I go and hop on social media, they posting this stuff and they texting in the group chat and I'll be like, or like I just prayed and stuff and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like they really, it's tempting sometimes and you just gotta pull your like self away. Yeah.
You know what I realized, like as I get closer to Christ, I feel like I lose a lot of interest, and like the people that I used to follow or was on my feed, like I'm like, I don't know, like sometimes I just go on, I'm like what are you doing? Like I'm like, alright, unfollow, like and then my feed just like changed to like more like godly people, and I'm like, what the, that wouldn't be me, that's God, because me like that's not me, but I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's what I noticed, like as you were talking about your friends in the group chat and stuff, it's more than you not wanting to be with them, but it's more you're growing closer to Christ and they're not, and it's starting to become evident. Like there are certain things, it's not that I can't, God didn't like trap me, I'm not trapped, but I don't want to anymore. Like Nene said, you start losing interest. I don't want to do those stuff anymore because I'm getting closer to Christ. Like he's filling all these voids, all the desires and stuff I always wanted to do. I don't think about those things anymore. I just want to grow closer to Christ. But when your friends are not actually growing too, it starts to affect you. It's like, dang, this, I don't know how long this friendship is gonna last because I'm going somewhere.
Like, and the thing is that you've been friends with them for so long, like so long, and they like actually like your close friends. Like my mom know them, like know their parents and stuff, and it's just like it's like they don't believe like in the same thing. They do, but not really as like as serious as like I'm taking it. So it's like kind of
But in those kind of situations, do you feel like you can change them? Like, what makes you stay friends with them? Do you feel like you can change them or like convince them to do what you're doing? Or what do you think being friends with them, how does that benefit anybody?
Me? Okay. Yeah, I always say this because, like, I heard someone say it, and I'm like, yo, that's so relatable. Like, I don't know how to make friends. I don't know how to keep friendships. I don't know how to do that. Mm-hmm. So, like, when I know that someone's, like, friends with me or stuck in my life, I know that that's God because I can't keep a friendship. Mm-hmm. I literally can't do that. So, like, wait, what was the question again?
Do you feel like do you feel like you can change them?
Oh, okay. So like I said, God is making my friendships. So like I know that I can't change them, but like at the same time, God is putting who He needs to put in my life. So like I don't need to change them. And like if I feel like they're not godly or whatever, not on the same walk that I'm going, I just trust that God is going to take them out of my life. Like I said, I can't keep friendship. Mm-hmm. So He's the one that's going to take them out of my life somehow, some way. So I don't need to change them. I just let it be, like, you know. Mm-hmm. Leave it be.
Yeah, that was actually one of the questions. Was there a time where you thought you could change like an unsaved person? Your friends may not be unsaved, but they may not be like trying to be, I don't know. You can be saved, like accept Jesus as your life, and not be walking with Jesus, not have the Holy Spirit. So how do you feel like the people who never accepted Jesus, have you ever tried like talking to them about Jesus and getting them to be saved? They're just talking about y'all in high school, and you just got out. Talking about that era of your life. Have you ever tried that? Like a friend that you know doesn't know Christ, have you ever been like, here's Jesus?
I actually did.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I did twice, but one, he was like an atheist. This one I knew like God has to lead me to that person because I was fighting this kid. I'm like fighting him. I'm like, you know what? I told my teacher, switch my seat, bro. I can't sit by him anymore. Like I was fighting that kid. Mm-hmm. But then there was a girl, and she actually came to me, and she was Catholic, and she was like, oh, like Miriam, like why are you like this? Like what? I'm like what? Like what? What are you talking about? And then she starts telling me her life story, starts telling me about her brother, how he like locked up, all this stuff. She's Catholic. And like she was telling me how she got so much stress on her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whoa, I started telling her about Jesus. And then she's like, wow, you know, she's Catholic, so she
has an idea of Jesus.
But she was like, she don't only want her family. Then she started like, kept coming to me, like asking me questions. Like that's how I knew that like she was actually interested in that. Like maybe God put her here, like so that I can help her. Mm-hmm. So she kept coming to me and stuff, and I started like giving her devotions or whatever. And then she started watching Michael Todd, and now she's saved. She started sending me over. I was like,
yeah. I was like, one soul down, 5 million to go.
I was like, what the heck? Mind you, this is Jesus, because I ain't put no effort in. I was like, all right, bro. It was cool. It was cool. I was like, wow, look at God.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Most of the time, it doesn't happen like that. Like, it's not intent, like you won't even see it happening. You won't see a person probably, because sometimes it's a pride holding them back from asking you. Like they see you like put together and not like, oh, I'm so popping, but just like you always calm when it's stressful situations. They never see like you never curse nobody out. They're like, what is up with this girl? Like does she have the same mind as me? But they're too prideful or confident in themselves to come and ask you like, what is it about you? And the answer to that is always going to be, well, it's just Jesus. Like, I really don't be doing all this. It's really just God. But most of the time, they don't come to you like that. They just watch you. They observe you. Mm-hmm. So you might find in your walk that people are going to just be next to you. Like, just be watching you. Mm-hmm. And they may not be saved. And I think that's why you have to be careful with the your group chat situation. Like, be careful not to leave too quickly. Really ask God what to do, because they might just be watching you. They might just be posting those parties and stuff just to be like, let's see if we could get Nyla to do this. You know, let's just see how far she's willing to go for Christ, how much things she's willing to miss for Christ. And it might just inspire them like, Christ must be enough. You understand? So when it comes to those people, those unsaved people, just be careful not to block them off. Like, moving from your atheist friend, I don't know what you was going through for that to happen, but you gotta be really careful with those things, because you might miss out on those opportunities to share Christ with somebody. But like I said, you need discernment, because some people will drag you down with them. Like they're not here to uplift you, but some people want to make you sin. Like,
because I feel like for me, people like they see that I'm different, and they're not trying to come like, oh, ask me for advice, nothing. They're trying to bash me, trying to be like, oh, why you like this? They're trying to make fun of me. Like, honestly, like, and it's low key. It's like subtle side shots.
Yeah, I know. I hate the subtle. Like, if you're gonna be mean, just do it. Just do it. But when it be subtle, like the inside, they all, and you just like, seriously.
Oh my God,
they're trying to get me to like act like them. Like, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
It's nothing.
That's true.
Yo, I brought a Bible to school one day.
Oh my God.
I don't know why. It was in my
Was that one of my
bag.
questions?
Yo, it was in my book bag. I was in the bathroom, right? I felt like a pat. I don't know what I was doing. I had a Bible and my hair going to school, bro. I went in the bathroom and I put my bag down and my Bible on top, bro. Then I heard these girls come. I was like, oh shoot, I didn't put my Bible. Yo, they was coming crazy. They started laughing, and that's when I went out of the bathroom. I was like, wash my hands off. Please don't say that. Please. It's like, Miriam, is that a Bible? I was like, I was like, yeah, that's the Bible. I took my stuff. I went out. I heard them laughing. I was like, whoo, Jesus.
Yeah. Well,
dang, that hurt.
The word, look, the word already warned us about this. Like, this is not new, and it's not gonna stop with us. It didn't stop with Jesus. And he told us that. He's like, you're my kids. If they did this to me, they spat in my face, they threw me on the cross, what do you think they're going to do to you? Like, y'all are my kids. These things are, like, kind of, they're avoidable. No, they're unavoidable. Like, you really can't stop the world from reacting to you the way they're not used to this. Like, they're not used to genuine, like, I was using this example with one of my friends because she felt like she loves too hard. The friendships that she has, she loves too hard because people just, they don't know how to receive it. And I tried to explain to her, like, the world doesn't know about the love of God. So we're so used to it. It lives in our house with us. We think the rest of the world knows about the kindness that we know, the grace that God showed us. They don't know about that. So when you come out just like living in God's peace, they don't understand. It don't make any sense to them. They really think like you're some type of weird person. Like, they really don't. It doesn't make sense. So their reaction is not weird, because if an alien came down, y'all probably be like, where you from? Like, I never seen no green thing like you. You know, understand? So their reactions are not as weird as we think. It's kind of expected. But it's how we react to it and how we let it affect us that really matters, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But you bold bringing your Bible to school.
Jesus, I don't know who told me. Jesus told me, bring your Bible today. I said, what? I never brought, bro. Well, I don't know what's in my head. That was crazy.
All right, so the next question is, we're gonna switch the topics from like school stuff to like boy stuff. Have you thought about? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Oh yeah, has God used any of the heartbreaks that you have had in your high school season thus far? And even you done with your high school season, but like, has God used any heartbreaks, relationship heartbreaks, that made you seek God more, made you want more of God?
No.
None?
I haven't had a crush since the 6th grade.
I have.
No, because I don't know why, but it's just like, yeah, that's like Belisha, like, I never like had a crush. It's just like me, these boys right now, like in my school, like you know, right now, this, what you call it, generation, they just so like, not mature. Like, it's like they not mature, and the way that they act, and I just be like, no. Like, no, I was like, God is gonna like, it's gonna appear to me like at the right time, because right now, no. Like, no. Yeah.
I feel like you can see above like all of that.
Yeah.
The girls, they're falling crazy over these boys, and I'm just like, are you not seeing what I'm seeing?
Like, what? That's so true. Like, they be like, oh my God. I be like, no, like, yeah. Like, do you see? He's so immature. Like, no, I just can't. It's just like, no.
I had that happen though. I did.
A heartbreak.
But it was actually a church. It hurt more because he was a Christian guy, and I really like, I was like, mind you, I don't, like y'all said, I don't really find interest, like, I don't really fall hard for no guy, like, I really don't. But like him, I don't know, I felt like, I don't know, I was like, maybe he just might be the one.
Oh my gosh.
He loved Jesus, you know? And like, he took me He took me to church.
I hate that, bro. Don't take me to church, man. I'm trying to
trick me. Don't play with my feelings like that.
Oh my God.
Don't do that.
Trying to trick me.
He took me to church. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, yo, maybe. But like, you know, the thing is, like, I didn't like. Thank God that people be falling like heavy, like, and they really get hurt. Like, even though I was sad, I don't think I was hurt. Like, I was really sad, and I was praying to God, like, God, why did you let me like meet him? Like, I thought he was such a good Christian guy. That's another story for another time. But he like he did something dirty, and that like really hurt me because I was like, you're a man of God, so I thought. You're a man of God. I'm like, I'm looking for a godly man, and that just tells you how Satan like just like he knows what I want, and like so he's gonna make it appear to me like it's something godly, and I was just like, dang. I was like, God, that really hurt. Yeah. But like he brought me closer to God, and when he brought me to my church shoot, I don't care. I was feeling the spirit in that church. Yeah. That's what matters the most, and like we used to have deep conversations.
There's a fly just chilling.
We used to have like deep conversations. I felt like he kind of got annoyed with that too, because he's like, "Why are you like?" Because I kept talking about Jesus, and I'm like, "That's what kind of brought us together. We were friends first, so I'm like, that's what kind of brought us close." And I'm like, and then what I was saying, I'm like, Jesus is what brought us close, but I felt like he got annoyed like. Every time I wanted to talk about Jesus, he's like, okay, like, what else? I'm like, no, Jesus. What do you want me to say? He's like, but yeah, that situation hurt me. But like, I got closer to God. I learned something from that. So it is what it is.
Yep. The only reason I asked that question is because heartbreaks and it doesn't just heartbreaks don't just happen in those romantic kind of relationships. They happen like with your friends and even your family members. Like parents can break your heart. Like you probably thought your parent was this kind of person and they reveal themselves to you one day, or the veils come off your eyes and you see something like, that's really my mom. Like, like my heart aches about this. Like I can't believe this, but like Nene said, those kind of things are gonna bring you closer to God. Anyway, y'all don't have experiences like that yet,
but friendships.
I don't like to put too much trust in people.
Yeah.
So
smart.
I like to, not let myself get disappointed. So I distance myself, even though that's not healthy.
No, it's healthy to a certain extent because you can't trust everybody. Jesus didn't trust everybody, but he loved everybody. You can love every single human being without trusting so many people. There's a few select few that you will find that God tells you like. These are your people. These are the people that are going to actually cover you. But other people, they're there to learn from you or teach you something, and that's all.
Like in my friendships, like that definitely happened. Like I have 4 of my closest friends, or used to be closest friends, and like God had to show me that I can't put my trust in people. And it hurt a lot. Like you said, remember when you said you were really close to them, you knew them for a while. I knew them for a minute, like since I was 6th grade, since I moved to West Orange. And I'm like, it really hurt. Like, I don't know, it really hurt. When I started distancing myself, and it was for Christ, it was because I wanted to get away from what they were doing. And like, they went behind my back and like did some messed up stuff. And mind you, I knew it, but I didn't know it until God showed me in a dream. And I was like, Jesus. Like, that's happening. That's happening. And, like, that hurt. I was like, God, just let it go. Just let it go. Like, he showed me that for real. And it was crazy.
Okay, the last question before we get out of here. What, when the topic comes up, the purity topic, and they talk about, like, celibacy and all that stuff. First of all, when do you talk about celibacy with the person that you're interested in, or do you think that's necessary?
That's necessary, but I also feel like when you're
do you know what celibacy is now?
No.
Okay.
I was probably gonna hear from them, and then
celibacy is like not having sex.
Oh wow.
So purity, like it just means not having sex.
That's what I thought.
Or doing it because of your relationship with God, not because like you're fasting or anything. Some people be fasting from sex, but not with God. Yeah, they do that. But celibacy means like it's something bigger than you. Like you know the importance of sex, so you're not doing it. So do you think that kind of conversation is necessary? Like when you get interested and people.
I don't think it should be necessary if you're with the right person because they should be on the same mindset as well.
Mm-hmm. But how about your friends? Like, if your friends are talking about sex and stuff, do you bring up the fact that you're celibate or?
Oh my gosh, I had to say this because, I think it was like a few days ago. You know, I'm texting my friends. You know, my close friends. You know, it's 4 of them, and then they in the chat, and then I don't know how this conversation like popped up. Mm-hmm. So I guess I was like, I was just saying how, you know, my godfather, you know, he got married and stuff, and I was just like, they've been together for like a long time, like 10 years, like that's a long time, and then I don't know why, but I don't know why, this thing popped up, and I was like, yeah, and my friends was like, have they, like, you know, gotten, I was like, no, like, I was just telling them, like, my religion, like, you know, we wait, like, until, like, you know, because, you know, in Christ, you know, we wait until we get married, and they was like, whoa, like, the whole group chat, they was just, like, they was shook.
Yeah.
I was telling them, like,
10 years is a long time.
I was like, yeah, it's, like, 10 years, and they don't live with each other, you know, they be with each other all the time, but it's, like, it's just not, like, they don't, you know, but they was like, wow, like, I cannot do that, blah, blah, blah. They was just like, that, like, how is that, you know, possible and stuff. I'm just like, I was just in the group chat. I was just like, oh. And they was just like, they was like, so you telling me that your mother waited until she got married to, you know, and then have you? And I was like, yeah. They was like, you really sure? I was like, they was like, they probably doing it on the low. You know,
yeah, like,
they was just going off, and I'm like, no, like, they really, you know, when you really have a true relationship in Christ and you your other partner too, like, you know, they know when the right time is, and they was just like you for real?
Yeah, they don't.
And I was just like, yes, like, they was like, are you gonna wait? And I'm just like, you know, it's just me and my partner, you know, we walking through Christ and stuff. Yeah, like we're gonna wait until we get married. And they was just like, the conversation, like, this whole conversation just went left. Like, they were just shook. They were just talking like, oh no, like, how is that possible? They was like, nah, this is like, that's not possible. Like, I'm just like, yes, it is. Like, it is, but yeah.
Yeah. So it does come up with your friends. How about you?
Me, I don't really think, like, they talk about what they've done, and for me, I kind of just, like, be like, I don't know, I don't really, like, I just like, okay, like, that don't bother me, but, like, sometimes it could get annoying, like, if they talk about it a lot, like, I'm like, okay, what else, like, say something new, like, why do you have to keep talking about sex, like,
that's all
that's not life. Like, okay. But I don't know. When I talk about me being celibate, I don't think I actually told any of my friends that. But I feel like they already know that of me. But, like, I don't think... Actually, I had a guy friend. And he was like, I don't know how this topic got brought up. And some girl was like, Miriam, why don't you ever be with nobody? And Chris was like, oh shoot, I'm name dropping now.
Why don't you ever be with nobody?
and my guy friend said, it's because he'd be like, you know, Miriam, she a Christian girl, she a holy girl, she not about to do nothing. And I actually heard that from guys in the church, and that was like, dang, I was supposed to be in the church.
Yeah, that tells you, be like in the church and in Christ are two different things.
But they was like, you know, she ain't about to do nothing. She not about to do nothing. I'm like, you're right. I'm not about to do nothing. I like that. But I'm like, dang, that's crazy. That's what's the word going around. Miriam, that holy Christian girl, not about to do nothing. But I'm like,
it's better. It's better than the other way around.
I know. Yeah, that's true. The thing is that I don't know. Like, while we was talking about this in the group chat. Oh yes, I know how it came up because this girl, you know, they was talking about boys and stuff. One of my friends, you know, one of them, the girl, and then she was like, you know, there was just the whole group chat. She was like, I think, you know, I want to have sex with him, and I'm like, whoa. And because, you know, sometimes I don't know how to react. It's like, you know, because I'm like, girl, how
these
old
are not
are you?
normal conversations.
This is not normal conversation. I'm like, girl, how old are you? And I'm just like, the whole group chat, you know, like, even though they, you know, they not with the whole thing 10 years and stuff, but they was like, you know, at the same time they have common sense. They was like, how old are you and stuff. And I don't know how to react to the situation. I'm just in the group chat. I'm just reading. All you can see is seen by Nyla. I don't know what to say. I'm just like, are you sure? Like, I'm just sitting back because if that's what you want, then, I can't do that.
And I feel like people, like, once they realize that that's not what you want, like, for me, I know people just, like, stop talking about it. Like, they'll probably talk about it for themselves. Mm-hmm. But, like, when it come around me, it's like, oh, they hush.
Because I'm not going to entertain that kind of conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. Like, they was in a group chat texting and stuff. I'm like, I can't, I'm not going to say nothing because, because I don't know how to act in that situation, because I'm just like, I was just in the group chat like, whoa. Like, I just said, I was just like, whoa. And then other people were just like, how old are you and stuff? They was coming at her and stuff, but they was like, at the same time, do what you gotta do. But at the same time, I was just like, reading like, are you serious? And do you know how old are you? Like, we really sophomores and you really about to do that? Like, right now?
Your whole life.
Like, for real. I'm just like, I'm so confused, and it's crazy. The crazy thing is that this stuff, like, it's really because in school, people don't know how to keep their mouth shut. Everything just go around, rumors and stuff, and I'm like, that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do it, make sure, like the boy, because these boys right now, they immature. They're gonna go to my home like, hey, yo,
they gonna be in the locker room, talking, okay.
And I'm just like, are you serious right now? Like, stuff goes around fast, and I just like, I know a lot of people that have done it, and they've been so young, and their business is out there and stuff, and like, even the boys be recording stuff, and I just be like, I just be like, nah, they just be exposing the girls. I'm just like, oh my goodness,
they be exposed.
Like right now, it's just.
There was a whole what's the name page for our school beliefs. There was a whole exposed page, bruh. I was like, oh my god, and I know these people. I was like, oh, bruh. I was like, that really sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah. You want to say anything, Felicia, on this topic?
No, because I have no experience on that. Like, this has never happened to me. Actually, there was this one time I was with, like, they were not my friends because I know a lot of people. I was with, like, those people, right? And then they was testing me, like, oh, you this, because they was talking about, it was like truth or dare, kind of, and I wasn't really in it. I was just observing. So they was over here talking about some, oh, you do this, I know you do. I'm like, you know me. I'm not doing that. So don't even try and test me, honestly. Weird. It's never really been brought up as a topic, like, amongst my close people before.
All right, before we end it, I just want to say on this same topic, I probably won't put this in the camera, but like, yeah, they don't bring it up. I think we should. Reason being, if they hear it from their friends and their peers only, they may not know that it's possible to be celibate. They may not know that's a thing. Like, your friends were talking about age, like, oh, she's too young. They think about it like age thing. So that means when she's 18 and single and not married, that is fine. So they may not know that there's more options out there. So if they don't bring it up, maybe you should on some, not I'm better than you, but there's another option.
Yeah.
Just to educate them and keep them like informed. Like, God is real. He's not outside of this sex topic. God made it. He created this. Like, there's a way to do it the right way. And maybe you never heard of it before, or maybe because culture is telling you that when you're a certain age you should be doing this, or there's a certain time culture is telling you one thing, but the Word of God is telling you something else. So just use those opportunities wisely. That's all I want to say about that. Now, yeah, we ending now, and we will see you in the next Girl Talk episode, high school edition. Bye. Stay blessed.
Bye.